Hi, my name is Rachel Johnson. I'm from Minneapolis. My definition of leadership is really rooted in my belief in a God that calls us to radical action for social change in order to bring about the kingdom, or as I prefer to call it, the commonwealth of God here on earth. And so my definition of leadership is a person that moves a group or a movement's goals forwards towards that commonwealth, bringing life and vibrancy to the process by recognizing all members and all of their different kinds of contributions. I think that an effective leader has to be passionate, creative, equitable, communicative, and vulnerable. Passionate leaders inspire others by committing to their goals throughout all aspects of their life. Creative leaders can come up with imaginative solutions, reformational solutions that really embrace that spirit of our tradition. Equitable leaders are practicing non-hierarchical leadership, which is a core part of the values of God's kingdom, God's commonwealth, and they are able to recognize their own strengths and the strengths of other people around them, as well as the weaknesses that they have and the people around them, and recognizing that their worth is not derived from the amount of power that they have. Communicative leaders are really important because they're able to convey goals and messages really clearly, as well as inviting and extending welcome to people around them, and listening to those who disagree with them, those who do agree with them, just listening in general, and facilitating dialogue, and then building coalitions from that. And vulnerable leaders are able to engage in real, authentic relationships with one another, which enables us to live freely and fully. And when that in genuine relationship is also across difference, it allows us to experience transformational love, which inspires us to do radical action, that radical action demanded of us in order to make God's reign a reality here on earth. This definition of leadership that I have, it allows me to engage with the gospel because I see it in the gospel. I think that Jesus was this kind of leader. Jesus was passionate beyond his identity as God incarnate. Jesus was also really passionate. And Jesus was creative, constantly coming up with imaginative solutions to problems in scripture, in life, in society. Jesus was equitable and practiced non-hierarchical leadership. Jesus was a great communicator, and Jesus was vulnerable in life, death, and in resurrection. And my whole life, I've been seeking to emulate this vision of what I thought that Christ was like, sometimes in ways that were helpful and sometimes in ways that weren't. But I'm still continuing and striving to follow that example that Jesus set for us. And I'm doing that now as I seek roster leadership in the ELCA. My leadership style is really reformational. I try and emulate that vulnerable, creative, passionate, equitable, communicative leader. And I bring people together. That's really what I've been able to learn and do in all of these different leadership roles that I've occupied throughout my life. Bringing people together across difference and bringing people together in order to engage our faith in real ways in our lives. I believe that our church is at a pivotal moment right now. We live in a society that is obviously profoundly disconnected and profoundly segregated. And that segregation, that disconnection that we experience allows and perpetuates oppression to exist, which is directly contrary to the commonwealth of God and the mission of God. Yet we also live at a point in time where people are yearning for real, authentic connection and relationship. And so my mission is to bring people together across difference in order to experience that connection, which allows us to know transformational love and to know God through that in our hearts and our lives, and then to move towards radical action that would bring the commonwealth here on earth right now. And I am seeking rostered leadership in the ELCA in order to do this. I joined the ELCA because I saw so many people seeking to bring that reality here on earth, doing God's work with our hands. And I am continuing in that mission, pursuing that, because I believe that that's what God has been ever more preparing me to do. And through my different experiences and gifts and skills, I believe that God is calling me to this work. By pursuing seminary and rostered leadership in the ELCA, I'm trying to follow God's call to be a force for transformational love and action in the world. So thank you for this opportunity, and thank you for believing in the power of new leaders in the church.